Welcome everybody to the Life Lego Belt episode 4. We have Luke here today with us. I'm really excited for today's show. It has been a couple weeks and just excited to get back into this community swing of things and get to know who Luke is. He's a big Instagrammer. I don't think you have a YouTube, right?
Correct. I don't know.
Okay. That would have been really bad if you did. Terrible host. But yeah, just want to get to know who Luke is. I see him everywhere on Instagram. Of course, I follow him, so that might be one of the reasons. But such a good guy that I wanted to get him here on the show. So welcome, Luke.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. Yeah, my name's Luke. I'm an AFOL from Charlotte, North Carolina in the United States. I love cities Legos, castle Legos, space, pirate, all the classic lines. I love collecting Batman minifigures as well. Some of the Brickheadz I really like, and I do some of my own mocks too. And I'm in Instagram a lot as Luke F Legos. Yes, there's an S at the end of Legos. It's very controversial, I know. So that's kind of me in a nutshell.
On that. Yeah, nice. I actually, speaking of that S at the end of Lego, I had a video. I don't remember what video it was, but there was a comment from somebody that really just hated on me for saying Legos in the video. And ever since then, I'm like making sure I don't put the S at the end because I don't want to be corrected. But I mean, come on, whatever.
We're all having the controversy.
Yeah, there you go. What kind of Brickheadz do you have?
I've got a lot of the Disney ones.
Nice.
I don't have any like the Pixar ones, except for Wall-E and Eve. Actually, no, I have Merida too. Now that I think about it, I've got some of like the I got like the Birthday Clown, the Frankenstein, the La Katrina, the Roadrunner and Coyote.
Wow.
The Lion Dance guy and the Lucky Cat, and then I've actually mocked like 5 of my own. So
really, oh
yeah.
Man, I'd like to see that. I might have actually seen them on Instagram.
Give me a second.
Okay.
I've got the Mummy. This is the first one.
Nice.
I really just want. This is done just so I could get a sense of the of how the structure, how they're putting them together. Plus, I wanted the Universal monster to go with my Frankenstein. I've got the Wolfman, another Universal monster.
Love it.
And then if you're into anime,
a little bit. I like my my Naruto and oh my gosh, I can't even think of Dragon Ball. There we go.
Nice.
So, and Demon Slayer. I'm a big Demon Slayer fan. I should have forgotten about that. What you got?
Well, if you're ever on Netflix, there's a show called The Gretzko. It's about a basically like a Hello Kitty looking character. She's not like a normal, ordinary, cute little office worker kind of person. This is
that looks so familiar.
And then, but when she handles her work stress by going to karaoke and singing death metal when she goes into her aggressive form, which is this one.
That looks so familiar. I feel like I've seen memes or something with
Probably,
the death metal.
And then the last one I made was Comey from Comey Can't Communicate.
Okay.
It's a comedy series about a high school kid who learns that his super popular, super beautiful classmate never speaks because she's aloof and above everybody. So because she has an anxiety disorder and can't actually speak to people without great effort. So he helps her. He takes it upon himself to help her reach her goal of making 100 friends, and it's alternates between a lot of like high school wackiness with some genuinely like sincere, sweet moments. I really enjoy. I read the manga too.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. So I'd like to do some more Brickhead mocks next year. I also mock up some larger buildings, but I can't really pull those in front of the camera right now.
Yeah.
But I've done a giant greenhouse. I actually put that on Lego Ideas, and a daycare, which I put on Lego Ideas.
Really? You gotta send me the link. I'd like to vote.
Oh, sure. Thank you very much.
Oh, for sure.
And then I made a hermit's hut, just as kind of like a small like palette cleanser, just like a little like 16 by 16 thing about this big, just for like
okay.
to live in. And then I made my big mock this year was of a dance club.
Wow. Wow.
Yes,
Man,
it's like
I wish I had that talent to mock. Like I have such great ideas, but I have no idea where to begin. And it scares me. You know, like I can probably do like little things like if I wanted to mock a, you know, like a tiny house or something. But if I wanted to really get in deep with something, I have no idea where to start. So I look at the wall of bricks, you know, and I'm
Mhm.
like, huh.
Well, here's a secret. I most more often than not, I'm just winging it at first and just kind of buying what I think I might need, throwing the pieces down, then buying more, and then buying more, and I realized I didn't buy enough the first time around, and then kind of sometimes taking things apart and restructuring. So like I'll work on these things like off and on for a while. Like the greenhouse and the daycare I both did last year, back in 2022. Um, but the dance club I worked on more in fits and starts. So I mean that took me actually most of 2023 to do.
Sure. Wow.
Well, I was also doing the Brickheadz as well, so it was kind of like I get to the point where I'm like, okay, I got to get one of these Brickheadz done and off my desk. So
Right.
I would just finish it up, and then it would be done. Then I go back to the dance club. Another thing is
Yeah.
I have
That
no idea where it's going to go in my city
yeah.
now that it's done. I mean, I literally do not have the space for it.
Yeah, man. How big is your city?
It is long. It takes up one full long, I don't know, like 6 foot table and another like 3 foot table.
Okay. Wow.
And most of it's kind of just in a pile right now because I took out all the space so I could put all my Christmas Village stuff up there for now.
Oh, there you go.
So also some of it doesn't fit there anymore. So like my construction workers are on a shelf and my beach setup is on a counter in my kitchen, next to my pirate setup.
Wow.
I don't have much space anymore. I've only got like kind of those reissues of the vintage, like the remade vintage stuff, like the Blacktron and the
Yeah.
Galaxy Cruiser. I have a couple of old vintages that my mom found in her attic last year, so I got those set up there, and along with some really old castle stuff that I have, along with all the new castle stuff they've put out this
Oh,
last
that's
year.
awesome.
So
Isn't
yeah.
that great when like parents find your old stuff and you're like, yes.
Mhm.
uh
Yeah.
let's real quick get to some of these comments here. We have the Jedi Knights watching the house, checking in to say hello to my favorite Lego guy. Hey Graham, I appreciate that for you stopping in. We have the movie canon. Hello there, just dropping by to say hello. If you are still here, hello.
Hello, hello.
Thanks for coming. We've got Trevor. All right. Hello. It's midnight here in the UK and about bedtime, but I just wanted to say hi to you. You guys are just awesome. Thank you, Trevor, very much. Hope to have you on the show sometime. But have a good night's sleep and wake up for the beautiful Monday tomorrow.
And thanks
Oh,
everybody.
man.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to go ahead and get to the next question here, if that's okay. Did you like Lego as a child? And do you recall the moment you fell in love with Lego?
Oh yeah, I always had Legos growing up. From earliest memories, probably around like 6 or 7, up until like my teenage years, and then I didn't have any for a while. And then when the Lego movie came out, I was like, I remember this was a lot of fun. I'm gonna go buy a Lego set, and so I did, and it kind of just kicked off from there.
Do you remember
Like
what set that was by
it
chance?
was it was like a police van. It was like a cop driving one of those prisoner transports, and there
Yeah.
was like a dude on an ATV who could like yank out one of the van windows.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun to get back into those. The very first set I remember, like my big fan set as a kid, that was the Alien Moonstalker. It was a
Wow.
classic space series. It was basically like a kind of sort of like the AT-AT from Star Wars, but not really. Had more like a translucent cockpit and translucent sides and some grabby arms. It was super cool.
That
It
sounds
was
awesome. They need to bring stuff like that back.
Oh, for sure. I mean, buying one on Bricklink would set you back a pretty penny for sure. But
Yeah, man. So do you recall like a moment where you were just like you knew you loved the hobby, you loved collecting Lego, or pretty
no, I
much
mean
as a
it was
kid?
just not really. Just kind of one of those things I liked. I just did. It wasn't like one of those
Yeah.
aha moments. It was
Sure.
you were a kid in the 80s, you played with Lego, and I
Yep.
did. So,
Yeah, for sure. So what drove you to start your social media journey?
well, I've always been a pretty big social media guy. Um, I was on Twitter like in like the early years and have, Facebook and Instagram for, my personal life and stuff. But I was doing more and more Lego photography and stuff. I'm like, all right, I'm going to break this out just so I'm not like bugging all the people um, everybody with who may not be interested in it with all this Lego stuff. And little did I know that I would soon have almost double the followers on my Lego as I do on my main Lego account. So yeah, so that was kind of just it, and I just really was having fun. And I just met people doing live streams and jazz, and it just kind of really grew from there. I didn't really expect this to be as positive and popular, or not popular, but like a positive and welcoming community as it is.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how people are in the community, just welcoming and friendly. Like everyone just seems so friendly, like you can message somebody who has, thousands of followers, and they'll still, comment back or reply back to you if they have,
mhm,
even if it takes a couple of days or whatever. Like I feel like people are really good at that.
mhm,
I mean, there was a
definitely.
time, like even just commenting when I first started on YouTube, commenting on someone's YouTube channel. She actually like responded and said like what her shelves were and stuff like that she had in the background. It's really, really cool that people actually take the time to respond.
Oh, for
Um,
sure, yeah.
yeah,
Um, yeah, it's definitely the most open and welcoming fandom that I've ever been involved in. Not that it couldn't do better. I mean,
sure.
guys, be less creepy to the women in this hobby, please. Um,
Isn't
but
that? Oh yeah,
yeah,
and
it's
and it kind of stinks because when you have like just legit people trying to get friends and not be creepy. Like,
hmm
they might see, like, if they don't know a guy, just be like,
hmm
"Oh, this guy's just trying to hit on me," or be
hmm
they don't trust the guys, so because of that, so
Yeah,
it's,
I can't blame them. Don't blame them. But
no, not at all, yeah.
it's unfortunate.
It is, very. Um, what makes Lego so special for you? So, I know you talked about, getting into the hobby and as a kid being able to play with Lego in the 80s and whatnot, so I'm sure it has a lot to do with nostalgia.
hmm
Um, but what else?
I like, well, it couple of things. One is like it really kind of scratches that itch of taking a bunch of little things that make up nothing in a pile, but putting them together and making something pretty special, pretty spectacular at the end of it.
Yeah,
Whether it's building one of the Lunar New Year sets every year, or putting together a habitat for an Instagram challenge, or putting together a mock. It's nice
yeah,
to see something come to life that is more than the sum of its parts. I like to bake a lot, and it's the same thing. You get a lot of just flour and eggs and nonsense. It'd be disgusting to try to eat it. Each part by its own, but put together, it can be something pretty good.
yeah. I love
Um,
that.
yeah, I love the storytelling part of it. You know, I've got uh, a big imagination that kind of lends to a lot of storytelling, and so I like that this is a hobby that can lend itself to that. Um, whether it's putting together, people in a city to, and just kind of creating a little scene, or actually telling a story with a habitat stack or something like that. It's just,
Yeah,
yeah, all those little things.
yeah. It's something special, and just to get your mind off of things too. I feel like that is makes it very special as well. I don't know about for you, but just to like, have a moment of just relaxing and a moment to yourself, not worrying about work, not worrying about drama elsewhere, and just being able to build and relax.
hmm
So it's nice.
Can you hear my cat in the background?
No, I don't hear
I've
your
got
cat.
I got two cats, and one of them hates when
Oh,
I
there
make
it is.
hear. This is my office slash Lego room, and she hates my being in here because when I'm in here, I'm not paying attention to her because I'm either working or on my leg doing Lego. So she comes in and just meows just out of arm's reach, so I can't really pet her to make me go to her. So,
Yeah.
um,
She's like, no, you have to come to me.
oh, for sure. And you might have seen actually the other one I have kind of jump up on the back of my chair here. I'm
Yeah.
surprised she's not here now, but if you suddenly see an orange and white mass just appear, that's yeah.
No, that's okay. That is all right. I love cats, but I'm 90% sure I'm allergic to them.
Hmm.
Just because when I get around cats, like my eyes get itchy, my nose gets like I feel like I'm starting to sneeze a lot, but I absolutely love them. But because of that, I have dogs.
Hmm.
So but yeah, let's go here. Can you tell a story of one of the most memorable Lego moments?
What do you mean by memorable?
So for example, maybe like your first build, or maybe your favorite building with a family member or a friend that you guys stayed up all night to do, or maybe a Lego set that you built that you're getting ready to put on a shelf and you dropped it. Just anything that anything that you, or maybe a mock that you were talking about before that you are proud of, and when
Okay,
you
sure.
finished it.
Definitely my earliest memorable Lego moment was when I'd seen the Alien Moonstalker that I was mentioned before on TV commercials,
Yeah.
like all in the months leading up to Christmas or my birthday, whichever it was, and I so wanted that thing. I asked for it like every opportunity, and I remember being so excited when I tore it open and it was there. It was. Um, Unfortunately, there's only like a few scattered parts from that Lego stash my parents found, but
Yeah.
um, I still remembered it fondly. And if I could ever acquire one again, that would definitely for sure. Um, on a more like personal side, I definitely like I went up to Toronto, Ontario for vacation this year, and it coincided with a Lego convention up in Mississauga, which is like the next town over from Toronto. So I got the chance to meet some of my live streaming friends, some Instagram friends who I
Nice.
hadn't met in person before. That was great, and I also got to meet a few of the folks from last season of Lego Masters. I got
Oh,
to meet
very cool.
Emily, the Canadian Emily, for the brother and sister,
Yeah.
and then one of the Stevens, one of the firefighters.
Oh man, that's awesome. I actually got to meet the firefighters when I went to Brickworld Chicago.
Oh,
They were
nice.
both there, and they gave me like a couple stickers and whatnot. And I other people were trying to take pictures too, so I talked to them for like 2 minutes, but they seem absolutely just the nicest people ever. So
Oh, for sure.
no,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I need to get in one of these conventions for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, that's definitely something you'll remember for a lifetime, because I
Mhm.
mean that's what this is all about, right? The community. So to be able to meet all these people in person and to
Mhm.
have a moment with them is just awesome.
Definitely, definitely.
Man.
Other building moments that like stuck out to me, I guess, yeah, definitely finishing my first mock was a big one. Finishing that greenhouse. Um, excuse me. Sorry, ginger ale.
No, you're fine.
Um, um,
We're all
Finishing the
human.
greenhouse was a big deal for me because it was a huge build. I think, as you know, a greenhouse is, of course, just nothing but panels of glass everywhere. And I think I might now own, or at least at the time, owned all the outstanding frame pieces for the window, for like the roof windows that were available on Bricklink at the time. Like I was like, by the time I was finishing, I'm like, okay, I'm buying one from this guy, two from this guy, another one from this guy. Like, I really hope I have enough to finish this thing.
Wow,
So
that's crazy. Man. Yeah, how big is it? Do you know?
it's 880 pieces. It
Okay,
is. I
wow.
wanted it to open split in two, so it's the size of a base plate, but with like two halves of like a 64 by 64,
Sure.
and then there is another two very small base plates that I put in the front
Okay.
because I needed there to be like a little sidewalk or like a front
Yeah.
area to it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's really cool.
it's because you can't really put the base. You can't like put anything underneath a base plate to stick it together. It's a little rickety.
Yeah.
So I tried to keep things like some of the interior design elements holding the base plates together. Um,
Sure.
so so yeah, that was that. I was pretty happy with that one.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Again, I wish I could do stuff like that. We got Reverse Zeo in the house. Thanks for coming along here. Good evening, everyone.
Hello,
Even a
hello.
little smiley face there. Hope you're enjoying the show and stick around for a little bit. Thanks for being here. I'm looking forward to your next show. Are you doing another unboxing show soon? I'd like to see something. So let's see here. Ooh, I lost my banners. All right. Quick question. This one should be one of the easiest questions on the show. What is the last Lego set you purchased?
I got the El Dorado Fortress, that big pirate
Oh,
set that came out
nice.
this year.
That's cool.
I got that and a friend set for Toys for Tots and another small. I think it was I bought a Pab bucket because I wanted to get the Magisto's workshop, the gift of purchase, and that was a they could see us coming from a mile away, so that was like a $250 threshold.
Yeah.
So El Dorado got me most of the way there, and then the others kind of pushed me over the edge so I could get it.
Yeah. No, I know that feeling. It's like
But El Dorado
you
is
have
cool.
to.
And sorry, good.
No, I was just saying like to get that. Like I know that feeling. But yeah, El Dorado. Have you started building it yet or?
Oh, I finished it. I finished.
Oh, really? Okay.
I with two cats, I can't leave sets incomplete.
Sure.
So I basically just set up one Sunday or Saturday and just threw something on Netflix and just built.
Wow.
And so yeah, so I built, and I like that it's actually modular, so that you can set it up in different ways depending on what your layout is, which is good because I needed it to be a square, and I
Yeah.
could put all the parts together to be a square, so it fit perfectly.
Man.
But yeah, you remember the Lion Knight castle that came out in 22?
Yes, I actually just purchased that and waiting for it to come. There's a huge story about that. It's really upsetting me, but I could
Uh,
talk about that later after you mention this.
sure, sure. So I bought it last year as a birthday present to myself, and I took the day off from work because I had switched over from being a contractor to full time, so I got paid time off at that point. So it was like my first day off, and I set up at about 9 in the morning and started building it, and I finished it around 9:30 that night.
Wow.
I felt so gross after sitting there for almost 12 straight hours.
I bet.
Like I took a nap
Oh,
in the middle of it too, just because I was tired. I'm like, I need a break, and so I like,
but
so
man, I would be so proud if I built that in one day. You know what I mean? Like that's something that I mean you get it, you build it, and by building in one day, I mean obviously you were really excited.
mhm.
You know? So man,
It was like
I can
26 bags.
imagine.
They laid them all out in order next to the table I was going to be building. I was building it on the table it was going to be set up on because it wasn't. I wasn't going to move it. I couldn't.
Yeah.
So so I just set all the 26 bags on the floor and just started working at it.
Yeah,
So
man. Then Lion Knight's Castle has been a dream set of mine for quite a while.
mhm.
I have a buddy that has it, and it's just a really obviously awesome set. It's classy, kind of brings back the old school. So I finally every time I went to the store though, I don't want this episode to be about me. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But
Well,
every time I went to the store, it was like it was either Lion Knight's Castle or something else. And for some reason I chose like the Hogwarts Express, the collector's edition, or Diagon Alley, or I think I chose the Daily Bugle once. So finally, when it came out recently that it was $100 off, you can get it for $300. I was like, oh man, like this is a deal, but it was back ordered. But I was like, whatever. I'm still saving $100. Who cares if I get it in January, February? So then I purchased it, and now it's saying that it's in stock online. And so I called them, Lego, and I was like, hey, it's just wondering, if I bought mine when it was back ordered, and just wondering if mine's going to be shipped anytime soon since people are able to buy it now and probably get it sooner. And the first lady was like, oh yeah, no problem. And she pushed it through. Well, a few days later, I ended up getting the gift with purchase, but not the Lion Knights castles. And it said back ordered still. So I called again. And not that it's a big deal. I just, like if I don't get it, that's fine. But I was like, ooh, I can get this before Christmas. This would be a fun build. And he's like, oh, it looks like it's going to be shipped out on the 30th. I'm like, oh, okay. But I saved $100, so I can't complain. But that's my long, boring story of the Lion Knights castle, and I can't wait to build it.
Well, hey, it's been a roller coaster.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Next question. This one's always fun. What are 3 Lego dream sets you want to add to your collection?
Ooh. Okay. So there is for this set from, I don't know if it was called Castle or Knights at this point. They changed the names kind of towards the end. And they call it a set called Mill Village Raid. It was basically like a medieval village, and there were some people raiding it. Kind of pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah,
it is very expensive on Bricklink, but I would very much like to have that one if I could. Dream set number 2.
And if you can't find 3, that's fine. But it's always fun to talk about it.
Oh, for sure. I suppose if I could find another alien moonstalker, that would be great. I'd love to have one of those
cool.
again. And I'm not sure if it would definitely be like definitely in my top 3, but for top 3 for this moment, would be that Disney 100th anniversary Sleeping Beauty castle or whatever it is. Like the $400 one that came out this year.
Yep,
that'd be cool.
Do you like that one? Do you like that one better than the one that came out previously? What did it come out in, like 2020?
I don't remember that one well enough to compare.
Sure. Yeah, I just remember seeing it at a local store of mine, and it was like I don't know, $500-$600 because it was like retiring, and then all of a sudden the new one came out. So I still want a castle as well. So that's a good one. I'd love to get a Disney castle.
You can really sell me on a set by the minifigures that you have in it, and that one had like 14 figures, and they were all unique, which is amazing.
Yeah, man, that'd be a really cool set. Do you know how tall that one is?
No, I do not. I don't know inches, but I saw it on display in the store, and it was pretty decently sized.
Yeah.
It's not as tall as the AT Walker, but
okay. Do you know if it's as tall as the Daily Bugle?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm thinking it's shorter, but wider. But I don't.
Might be. I don't buy a lot of the licensed sets.
Sure.
I mean, I buy some Disney stuff that interests me. Batman, of course, it's Batman. He's the coolest guy ever.
Yeah.
And, occasionally some like the Marvel. Like I bought the Werewolf by Night minifigure because just Werewolf by Night's awesome.
Yeah.
And some of the Disney stuff. I accidentally became like a Disney Brickheadz collector, like I said. So, but no, I don't get any of the Star Wars stuff really, or any of the Marvel stuff. Just, I don't know. I'm just kind of old school that way, I guess.
Yeah. I actually don't get as much Star Wars as a lot of people. So that Black Friday deal, I also got the Razor Crest.
Mm-hmm.
So I got those 2 sets, but the Razor Crest, I don't know. There's just something about that ship that I really like compared to like all the other Star Wars. I know everybody else likes Millennium Falcon and all that, but the Razor Crest is special to me. I don't know. Like I think it's because when my second child was born, I watched the first season of Mandalorian, and I just kind of remember that ship. So it's cool to have, and it was 30% off or something like that. So it was a good time to get it.
Yeah, for sure.
But somewhat speaking of family, does your family share your passion for Lego? I know. Did you grow up with siblings, or do you have?
I did. I have 2 sisters, and weren't real. I mean, they were into it a little bit, but not really. But their children, I have two nieces who definitely build a lot. I started off buying them Duplos, and they got into, and as they got older, their dad went to town on Facebook Marketplace and just bought a ton of loose bricks and sets and stuff. So they definitely play with those a lot.
That's
My
cool.
nephews, they're young still. I got one nephew, he's 5, but he's almost a savant at this. Like when he turned 5, he got for his birthday that 3-in-1 Viking ship,
Okay. Wow.
and he's built one of the 3 builds already. I
Wow.
mean, he has to do it in fits and starts because he's 5 and he's got 2 little brothers. He's got he can't build around.
Yeah.
But my middle nephew, he's just turned 4, and the 5-year-old was excitedly telling me the other day that he wants to learn how to build Lego too. So,
That's
um,
awesome.
and the baby's still a baby, so he doesn't.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're definitely into it. And
Yeah.
I'm actually doing this Lego trading challenge, right? I started off with like a little white 2x4 brick, and I'm trying to trade up until I can get traded to the Titanic. And
Ooh.
and the last trade I did was to my nephew. I traded him a couple of smaller sets that I had for some. I asked his mom for permission first before, and she's
Yeah.
like, "If you want to, it's fine." So he went through his sets, and he pulled out a couple of Mickey Mouse sets that he had outgrown because they were 4+, and he's 5. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but he was so excited about the idea. He'd never traded anything before. He didn't know what it was, but when he learned, he's like, oh yeah. He was going through his stash. He goes, you can have both these Mickey Mouses because the pieces might be mixed up. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, that's fine. So I'm like,
You're like, deal.
I mean, the sets he got from me only had a few pieces less than the sets he traded me.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I wasn't going to rip off a 5-year-old for the sake of
No,
this
no,
thing.
no.
But
No, that's awesome.
if anybody's looking for a couple of Mickey Mouse sets, they want to trade for something slightly larger, ping me.
Yeah. No, that's all. You should be documenting all that. That'd be a fun like.
I am on my Instagram as I do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Nice.
think it's like I hashtag it as Lego Trading Challenge.
Okay. Okay. I might have seen it, just not really.
I
read the
haven't traded
description or
anything since
something.
like August when I traded
Okay.
these Mickey
That makes
sets.
sense.
So
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I saw something on YouTube. My son was watching. I try not to let him watch too much YouTube, but he was watching somebody trading things all the way up to getting like Kansas City Chiefs football tickets. And that was just like 2 days ago. I saw that. So by you saying that, I'm like, oh man, I should get into this. I should trade up for some stuff. Sounds like a lot of fun. But yeah, all the way to the Titanic, man, that'd be awesome.
yep, I went from the white brick to a sealed minifigure from the last set to VIP. This is summer VIP bag that came out earlier this year.
Wow.
To the 90th anniversary Cars polybag and a spaceship, the little 3-in-1 spaceship that came out this year, and those are the ones I traded to my nephew.
Oh, nice, man.
So now I have the Mickey and Minnie on a rocket ship, and Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy at a like a carnival. And I put them together and took photos to show my nephew that I did, and I don't know, he didn't respond, but his mother did. So they're actually really cool sets. I mean,
yeah, definitely. Go Chiefs, Zio says. Yeah, they're okay. My son's a big Patrick Mahomes fan, but we live in Wisconsin, so I don't get it. It's all good, man. As long as he's having fun with it, it's cool.
Hey, I live 20 minutes from Panther Stadium, so
okay. Yeah, I was actually born in North Carolina.
No kidding.
So, yeah.
I say that like I ever watch sports at all.
Yeah. No, it's all good. I'm sure you hear about it all the time, even if one of those things. But let's see. Would you rather build solo or with someone else? Now, this could be with someone else online, someone else in person, or just kind of have your alone time.
I like both. Building solo is just, a fun thing I can do just at home, but I do like doing live builds when I do live streams with my friends. I like the camaraderie, like the friendship. And I've got a local friend who this summer she's like she was doing like things she'd never done. She wanted to do things she'd never done before, so she asked me if I had a Lego set I could build with her. And so we did that. So I built with her, and that was fun. And then, like a couple of months ago, she was randomly gifted a Harry Potter Room of Requirement, and she doesn't know by who, and she doesn't know why, and she still hasn't able to figure it out. But we built it, and so that she could say she built it in case she did find out who asked. And then she gave it to me, and I gave it to my nieces because they love Harry Potter.
Yeah, there you go. Man, I have so many Harry Potter sets in my backlog. I need to start building, but I'm also trying to wait for my basement to get finished, so that I have more space.
Yeah, I get it.
For these Lego sets, because I don't have a lot of room right now.
I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. I know what you mean.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I have this this bedroom, but we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do you have a favorite Lego set or Lego theme?
Yes. My favorite Lego theme is pretty much everything I collect. The
Luke F theme.
Yes, exactly. No, I love. When I got back into it, I really wanted to just focus on city because, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the licensed stuff. I just prefer the the original sets. But then I got started getting Batman little things here and there, and I was like, okay, I dig Batman. And then they started putting out like new castle sets. I'm like, well, I got to support these because I loved it as a kid, and they're never going to do it otherwise. And then the same thing with I got the Galaxy Explorer last year because classic space, got to have it.
Oh yeah.
And then when my mom found, in addition to those vintage space sets, there's also vintage castle sets and vintage pirate sets in there. So now I've got the four classic mainstays. I accidentally became a Brickheadz fan and accidentally became a Disney Brickheadz collector because I was at the store one day and I'm like, I want to buy something, but I don't know what. So I picked up like the Lion Dance guy Brickhead, and I'm like, oh, these are so fun. I'm in trouble. And so,
yeah.
And then I got most of the sets from Lego Dreams. And
oh, nice. How are those?
Okay, well, I like the idea, and I like the notion that each build can be built. It has a base, and then it has two different finishing builds. So you can build it like like for example, there's like a car, but you can make it a car with alligator legs and an alligator face, or a car with just monster jaws on it, or something like that.
Okay, wow.
But they're not all designed well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be
nice
about it, but like for example, that one, the car that turns into the alligator, it's super frustrating to like try to disassemble it and then reassemble it as the other build. For one thing,
sure,
the legs, I mean, like I am an average adult male with an average adult male strength. I go to the gym fairly regularly. I don't do weight work and stuff, but I'm in good shape.
Sure.
I had the hardest time getting these stupid legs out of the thing, like just pulling the pieces apart. So how do you expect the kid to do it?
Oh man.
I wasn't saying this to brag about myself. I'm saying this to quantify my next statement. And then there are some which are super nice, like the Dream Stable. It's a really beautiful design, and it's nice. It's a nice display piece. Like the secondary builds are like you could really swap things out really like quickly so you don't have to like do a whole breakdown and rebuild. And I really, really like that. And some of the other sets, like the smaller action sets, are great. They're pretty. A kid would definitely like playing with them. A kid would definitely have a lot of fun. That's what they're for. But another big problem with the series is they have maybe 7 or 8 unique minifigures that they repeat over and over and over again. Like
Right.
the Mateo, like it's all based on a cartoon, so I kind of get it, but I don't
Yeah,
need
I started
full
watching it a little bit with
Mateos. Yeah, sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
I watched it a little bit with my youngest, and it was okay. You know, I like the story behind it, but it's fun, especially for kids, you know. But yeah, for the sets, like I think there's one, what is it, like a big turtle or something, a
Oh,
tortoise?
Turtle Van, yeah, I like that
Yeah,
one.
that one looks really cool. That's the one like I'm intrigued most of. Um, but real quick, Zio goes, Luke be bench pressing 500 pounds, saying he doesn't do heavy lifting.
Well, I don't like to brag, you
uh,
know.
but yeah,
But yeah,
that
so go ahead. Like
no, that turtle van or tortoise van looks awesome. Do
it
you
is
have
a
it?
thing, and the thing is, I bought 3 sets when I first picked up the Dream stuff. I bought the Turtle Van, the Giant Bunny, and the Dreams Village, the little like the Lego store exclusive. Like it's got like 3 little buildings I combine into one. Doing some quick back of the envelope math, I don't think you can get more than 4 sets, maybe 5, before you start duplicating figures.
Right.
And I get it that again, yeah, kids aren't going to be able to afford necessarily like the $100 giant spaceship.
Yeah.
But strangely enough, the $100 spaceship is like the one set that has unique figures.
Right.
And so
It's the one you want.
yeah. So it's like the Mr. Oz, the teacher. He only comes in the space bus, and Albert the monkey. And
Yeah.
so and then so like I was looking at some of the sets that they were releasing in 2024. They're coming out like 4 or 5 new Dream sets, a couple of small ones and a couple of really large ones. But the small ones don't really offer anything new. They're just kind of variations on what they've already done. And like the really large one of the 2 large ones, looks cool, but is it worth it for the one new figure? Maybe it's 2
Sure.
figures. Like, and so I don't think I'm going to be getting any more of them,
Yeah.
which is
Do you
disappointing
do
because it's a new series. It's like one of the first new series I've done in a while, like
sure.
non-licensed new series. I mean, and I want to support. I want to show them that there is a market for this non-licensed new stuff,
Yeah.
but they're not giving me a reason to.
Yeah, and it's tough to, you know, get that theme to stick around if that's what's going on, you know. Like you got to keep it entertaining, you know, like you were saying, you got to have different figures and all of that. But real quick, Zio also said if they made the Jurassic Park RV from the second movie, that may be something I can't pass up. I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan, and it's probably I feel like that's one theme, one line that could easily be my favorite, but the sets that they come out with are too, it's like in between Duplo and regular Lego to me. You know what I mean? Like they
Mhm,
do a lot of those dinosaur pieces that are Duplo looking figures, right?
mhm.
And but the T-Rex breakout, like and a couple other sets are some of my favorites. Like I feel like they could do so much more. And what is it, the visitor center,
Mhm.
I was so excited for that. I was like, oh man, if this is anything like, you know, the T-Rex breakout or the entrance with the T-Rex on it that came out a while back, that has like the Jurassic Park like entrance that you walk into the actual park and has this big T-Rex.
Mhm.
I was like, if it's anything like that, this is going to be an awesome set. But it wasn't. It was like, you know, but it's still a cool set. It's just I want more. I want
Sure.
more from that line. So
No, I get that. It's funny, like, because I actually bought one of those Jurassic Park sets for my nephew for his birthday. His mom says he likes Legos, he likes dinosaurs, he likes cars. So
there you
I
go.
was like looking on the website, and it was like the from the first movie, the guy I
Oh,
don't remember
dude,
his
I know.
character name, but he was played by he was Newman from Seinfeld.
Yep, I know exactly. Oh, Ned, not Ned. But it's something ED. I have it. up there somewhere. Oh, it's up there somewhere. But yeah, I
Got
have
it.
that one. It's awesome. That's
Okay,
one of my
yeah.
favorite scenes from the movie. So
And
I had to get that one.
it's like the Venn diagram of all his of all his interests, like just circle into that one.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he's got to stay up past his bedtime to start building it, and he kept getting distracted by playing with the dinosaur. So
Yeah. Dennis
Dennis
Nedry. So
Nedry, thank you.
I said Ned. I was close. Okay. I'm talking about how much of a Jurassic Park fan I am, and I can't even remember his full name. Come on. Yeah.
Another Lego theme that I do love are the Lunar New Year sets that come out every year.
Oh yeah. Those are
They
cool.
are beautiful. They're large, and it's one of the only instances you're going to get any sort of racial diversity in a non-licensed theme.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for sure. I like those, and I also like the which I'm late to, but I came to them this year is the Christmas collection or the Village collection.
oh, I love
Holiday. Yeah.
them. Hmm.
It's amazing. I
Yeah.
just got done building Santa's Visit. I'm working on Alpine Lodge. It's a lot of fun. They're
Oh,
cool.
for sure. I set those all up every
Yeah.
year. Get the new one
Yeah.
every year for my Winter Village. So,
Yeah, oh, Winter Village. I said Christmas and holiday, winter. Yes, Winter Village.
they're all. Let's be real. They're all interchangeable. They
Yeah.
mean Christmas. They just don't say
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, when you have a Christmas tree and Santa and all of them, you
Hmm.
know. But yeah, that's really cool. I love those sets. I need the elf one.
Oh, yeah, I
The
got
elf
that one.
house or whatever. Yeah, I need to get that one next.
I'm missing the gingerbread house. I think that's the only one from the last like
I
5
need
or
that
10
one
years.
too. I
Yeah.
need the gingerbread house and the elf. I think it's called the elf house workshop. Elf workshop. Is that what it's called?
Yes, or Elf
Okay.
Clubhouse, one of the something like
Clubhouse. Yeah. Yeah.
that. Did you get the Winter Market stall gift with purchase that was out?
Oh man. You
It
know
came out
what?
like November, early to so it was like
Yes, I
yeah.
did. I did. Yes. Yeah, it's like the little like outdoor shop where they have
Mhm,
like yeah, I got that. And then I also with the Lion Knight's Castle, they shipped it again or shipped it, right?
mhm.
And I ended up getting another gift with purchase of the winter carriage.
Oh
So
yeah,
okay, so I don't get the Lion Knight's Castle, but by calling Lego, they sent me that, so I was happy. I was like, well, at least I got this, you know.
I would have loved that carriage, but there was no way on earth I could justify spending that
Yeah,
much money for a
yeah,
freebie at Christmas.
yeah. I hear you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm lucky for that one, but
Hmm.
man, let's see. Oh, you unboxing the DX19? Zio's doing an unboxing. He said maybe tomorrow. He's talking about Hot Toys.
Okay,
I'm I don't think you're into Hot Toys, right?
me
Just
no.
another rabbit hole.
It's
Do you ever into Funko Pops though?
no. The only things I mean
Okay.
I Lego is kind of my big thing. I for years and years and years I was a huge comic collector and reader. I still read some, and I still get them. I still pick them up every other week. But that's a much less than I used to. I read a lot
Yeah.
of manga. More, I'm back into reading a lot of manga these days. So,
Nice.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
I was reading a lot of comics back in the day too and collected a lot of comics and ended up having to sell all my comics because of life a
Mhm,
couple years back and kind of devastating, but you know, got to do what you got to do and here I am collecting other stuff again.
mhm,
So it was
mhm.
hard to get back into comic books because I didn't know what was going on with any of the series, what was new, what was hot, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah. But let's see here. Next question for you, if that's okay.
Mhm.
Is there a Lego set you wish Lego would release, like create, like maybe there's something on Lego Ideas, or you know something.
What I would like is for them to accept the inevitable and start putting out Castle Space and Pirates on a regular basis again.
Yes, yes, I would, man, I would love that, especially
I want me
aliens.
some colorful spacemen with no visors. I want me some Blacktron, some
Yeah,
Mtron. I want all those lines from the golden age of space. I want
yeah,
all the castle sets again. I want I want the Lion Knights and the Black Falcons and the
yep,
Dragon Knights. I mean, I'm sure yes they're putting them all out, but in gigantic, humongous, expensive
yeah,
sets. I want just a theme.
Yeah,
I want
I think
pirates.
they're slowly coming back out with some of those lines, you know, like
Mhm.
testing the waters. Like
They
where
are
are Lego fans out right now?
they are actually to that end. Actually, I don't know if you saw, but in 2024 they're releasing a space subset of City and of
Ooh,
Friends. So, and it's gonna be some space from the future and also kind of space from the present day.
wow.
Um, so I'm excited for that, and there's going to be actually a
Wait,
space
so
themed minifigures series.
oh nice. So
Yeah.
when you say okay, when you say Space City, now are you talking about like a fictional space city where like modular buildings where they're like space aliens and stuff like that? Because that
No,
would be
I
cool.
mean that they're all in the blue boxes with the city
Oh
logo
yeah, yeah,
slapped on
yeah.
it, but on the
Yes.
sidebar it's called space and it's got the classic rocket around a planet
Yeah.
symbol on it.
Okay. Okay,
And so, like
man.
I said, yes, so some of them, though, so they're like again a lot of different, like some big, some small, and some are like present day kind of space, but some are more towards like the futuristic stuff.
Yeah.
And they are going to be releasing like a whole like the next CMF line after the January one is going to be space.
Wow. I
So,
need, speaking of space, I need the lunar landing. I
mhm,
need that. I really like that set.
mhm,
Man, there's so
yeah,
many sets out there that I need.
and like the CMF series that's coming out in January is going to have some like medieval villagers and stuff like that, but it's also going to have a fright night.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah,
Dude,
uh-huh,
man, some good stuff coming.
for
I
sure.
even 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 next year, another set that I'm really excited for next year is speaking of Disney, I know you've kind of gotten a little bit more into Disney, but that the Snow White Cottage, that one looks
Uh-huh.
really, really cute. I think that one looks awesome. Getting the 7 drawers, all those minifigures, it's gonna be nice.
They actually They was actually somebody who had created one of those on Lego Ideas and had gotten the 10,000 votes. And then,
Yeah.
like, they approved it, but then had to withdraw approval. And I think it's because they already had it in the works for the one that's coming out, or like they were in the
Uh,
midst of like licensing it for something and they couldn't have like the conflict.
sure,
And I told my
sure.
niece this, we were looking at Lego Ideas when she just goes, "That's not fair."
Yeah, it's not because I mean, not saying that Lego would ever lie because I don't think they are lying, but how do you prove that you didn't take the idea? You know, to not have
Hmm.
to. I'm not saying that they would do that because I don't think they would, but did they do anything to like compensate the
I
person
think
that
they do. I don't know what it would be, but I think they do.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Just a nice letter, at least like a personal letter, like, hey, you know,
yeah.
this has been in the works for a while. We would love you to try something different because your idea is awesome, kind of thing.
Hmm.
But something, even just a letter would be nice.
For sure.
Um,
Some of those people on Lego Ideas are talented.
yeah, yeah. I can't believe it. Like when I went to Brick World Chicago, just a lot of the Star Wars displays, a lot of the Jurassic Park display.
Hmm.
There's some nice stuff.
When I was in Mississauga at Bricks on the Six, that was the name of the convention. They had a lot of amazing mock setups. Like they had like I took like so many photos. I only put like a smattering of what I could because there was just too many to do. But there was like yes, like there was like a giant Octan tower, but they wrote all of Octan in like in Japanese because
Yeah.
it was like part of like one of those like near futuristic kind of cities. Somebody did the entire Schitt's Creek layout.
Wow.
Um, my friend Sandy, nice parts usage
So
on Instagram. She does her own floral mocks, and those arrangements were beautiful. Um, and yeah, there was just so many of them. Like there's some people like did multi-level of like like a city on one level and a sewer on the on below that, which I thought was really cool. Far and away though, easily my favorite. Somebody made a gigantic, I mean gigantic lenticular of when you're on, and they made it all out of like the triangle wedges. So when you're on one side of it, it's Linda Carter as Wonder Woman. And as you walk, you can see it changing. So when you get to the other side of it and you're looking at it, it's Christopher Reeve as Superman.
oh, that's cool.
Do not ask me
Man.
how they did this
Yeah,
because there's
how in
probably
the world?
sorcery involved. It is the most
Yeah,
amazing
right.
thing. I took a video of it and sent it to my parents and my sisters. I'm like, they don't, they're only interested in Lego as much as I am or their children are. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, that is amazing.
Yeah. That's, I wonder how long it took them to do that, to get it just right.
I can't even. And you have to do two perfect images at the same time
Right.
from different angles. Like, how much planning did that take?
Man. I got a couple more questions here for you.
Yeah.
I'm actually having a lot of fun. I can't believe the hour is almost up already.
I know, for real.
I did comment down below to the chat if they wanted to ask you any questions. We got about 5 to 10 minutes left. But I'm going to go ahead and ask the next question that I have written up here. And that is, you are turned into a minifigure. What are you wearing, and what is one accessory you come with?
I'm glad you asked that, because I have turned myself into a minifigure.
Oh, man.
There is winter version of me wearing a hoodie.
Oh, very nice. Wow, that
And
looks
then
exactly
there
like you.
is then there is summer version of me wearing a Hawaiian shirt, because that is
Ooh.
what I do. In the winters, I wear
I
hoodies.
like
In
that.
the summer, I wear Hawaiian shirts.
I have yet to make a minifigure of myself. I need to do it.
You really should.
I need to. It's like a thing, and I'm way behind.
And the accessories it would come with would probably be like a book or something, or maybe something to bake with. But lately, I've just been goofing, and I bought a bunch. I just bought a bunch of hats when I was on Bricklink, just filling out. So I've just been like taking photos of my sig fig in different hats. So it's like the Indiana Jones hat, and I've got like a giant, like an Indiana Jones hat with a larger brim that I've got to finally take a photo of him with. But
very cool. Do you trade those with other people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a ton. I've got a bunch of sig figs from people I know well and people I only know through Instagram.
Sure.
And I'm actually making a list of people I know I need to either get one of or make one of in 2024.
Yeah. So
and
what
I've
do you do?
got,
Do you just go online? Do you just go online and like buy 10 of the same hair pieces and like 10 of the same torsos and stuff like that? Okay.
Exactly.
I gotta do that.
And actually, Professor Brickman, who is on your show, is doing an American Brickman tour, where he got a bunch of people to sign up for it, and he got 40 people to sign up. He bought 40. He made 40 sig figs, or excuse me, I take it back. He bought pieces so that you could make 40 versions of himself, and it's being sent across the U.S. Wow. And everybody is building. They're building a Brickman of him to keep, and they're putting one of their own sig figs in the bag, and it's getting mailed along. And so North Carolina is going to be one of the spots where there's actually a bunch of people who live kind of close to each other. It's one of the only states where there is. So when it gets this, there's going to be like a meeting of like 4 of us. We're all going to trade sig figs and put our Brickman in the bag for Brickman in the bag as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's going to be a lot of fun.
For sure. It's funny, like one of the guys actually lives in Charlotte, works at the mall where my Lego store is, and we have not yet met in person.
You got to make that happen.
I know. People like, you guys haven't met yet? What's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know. We're Americans. We're aloof.
Yeah, we're exactly. Zio says, great stream. Had fun. Need to not think about Legos because I can't afford the rabbit hole. Yeah, that's how I am right now. Just 2 different hobbies, and it's tough. It's tough. But I do have one more question for you before we leave, and that is, any future projects, any future mock builds that you're working on, or anything that you plan on doing on your Instagram page?
Yeah. For mocks, I have got an idea for another series of anime Brickheadz that I want to do. I want to continue to build the Universal Monster Brickheadz. I want to do another 1 or 2 of those this year. I would like to build another large mock, but I'm going to go a little different and go either space or castle, or maybe even both, depending.
That'd be cool. Like a space castle.
Yeah. Whoa.
Hold on.
Yeah. I mean, let's not go crazy here. But I've got a couple of. I've just got literally just the idea for what I want to do for each. And for the castle theme one, I have it's kind of, I got a rough idea in my head of what it would be, but I have not started planning. I have not started partying. I haven't started anything yet. It's just literally just the idea for both of those.
Yeah.
As far as my Instagram goes, hopefully I'll, trade up the next thing for the Lego trading challenge. I should probably put a reminder up there, say I'm still doing it. I'm doing we're in the middle of the holiday habitat challenge. I've got my habitats built, and I'm just showing those each day as they come out, and I'm really can't wait to show the whole thing. This is my first. Take it back. It's my second connected habitat stack, but it's the first one that's this large. The last one I did was just two habitats put together. I'm doing Brickman's Christmas Bauble Challenge. So I actually have to post the one I just did for this round tonight. So it's been a lot of fun.
I have to do that next year. When he brought it up, I was kind of just scared to try, because again, I'm not great at mocking, but seeing some of these people's ideas have given me ideas. And so now I kind of have a clearer idea on how to do some of the stuff. And so if he does it again next year, I would love to be a part of that.
Oh, for sure. He keeps it very low stress, very, he wants it to be fun. It definitely is. And the habitat challenges are fun. Definitely get inspiration from people I see, and you're just watching it. It's a lot of fun to just watch that happen too, and just kind of say, oh, I want to try this next time. And I'm still working my way through my Build a Day challenge calendar. I've got another 2 weeks to go, 3 weeks, 2 weeks and change to the end of the year. And then I'll be done. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of just keep building stuff, kind of keep reviewing new sets as I get them in. I know my first buy next year is going to be the Lunar New Year family gathering, the house, and the Mickey Mouse in the Lunar New Year costume Brickhead.
Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, I know. Okay, yep. And I remember that.
There's some city themes that are coming out. I want to get some of those collectible minifigures. So in my head, I feel like I'm planning to buy less next year, but I know that's a lie. So you can just, if you want to follow me on my Instagram, it's Luke F Legos with an S. And I try to post something at least once a day on there. And
I do have your link down in the description too. So if you guys are watching, future viewers that are watching, please hit that description down below and that link to get to Luke's Instagram page. You have a lot of great stuff on there. Like I said at the beginning of the video. So and you're a great guy. So
thank you,
very that's much. Awesome in the community.
Thank you. Like I said in my Lego my Instagram Lego profile, I just said here to have fun. And that's really just kind of the mantra I've tried to keep going through. I'll do contests and stuff like that. And I really want to win those contests. And I try to do a lot of this stuff. But at the end of the day, I just want this to be the fun hobby.
Yes.
And I want it to be a place that other people can come and have fun. So
yeah, as it should be. So very, very cool. Well, Luke, thank you so much for coming on here. And I know it wasn't very last minute, but I think I only gave you about a week notice. So I appreciate you being so awesome to be able to come on right away and figure this out. And if we ever do like a Life Lego Built Part 2 or 2.0 where I can have you on again, that would be awesome as well. Yeah, man. So it's been great getting to know you, and that's what this show is all about, to kind of get to know the AFOLs, exactly. All of us out here, and kind of get to know everyone, and not just for you guys, but for me too, so I can get to know you guys better and actually have an hour to talk.
Exactly.
So
and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed getting a chance to talk to you. We haven't really done that a lot before, so
yeah. So awesome. We got to talk more.
For sure.
Yeah, we got another comment here. Let me see. we got D'Lo the Collector in the house. I drove as fast as I could. Let's keep bricking. Thank you, D'Lo, for stopping in before it ended. If you want to go back and start from the beginning. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. It means a lot. Wolfpack Brothers. But yeah, Luke, thank you again.
Thank you.
Man, it's been a great show. I wish we can go another hour.
For sure. All right. Well, thanks again. We'll talk soon. Have a great holiday.
Oh, for sure. Have a good one, everybody.
Take care.